Let's go!
Howdy, Coach Scott here, and I was in my playbook this morning and I came across the scripture, if God be for us, then who can be against us? You see, God has promised us a life of victory, but that doesn't mean everything is going to work out just like we want it to or even like we plan it to. And one of the ways that you can ensure that you walk in victory is you must guard your time. That's right, you've got to guard your time. Every time you say yes to something with your time, you are essentially saying no to something else. So you got to guard that time. And this is why that we've got to be very careful about what and who we give our time and attention to. We've got to recognize what is a priority in our lives. We all are limited resources, and we all have to decide which thoughts to ignore, which thoughts to keep, which thoughts and comments to ignore as we go through life in our days, and most importantly, which people we've got to ignore and just put and blank out of our mind. Every issue that comes across our path is not always an issue that we're supposed to get involved with. And many times these annoying issues, and a lot of times they're annoying people that goes along with these issues, are simply distractions to get you away from your destiny. So let me encourage you today, stop fighting battles that has nothing to do with your purpose or your dreams or your goals. It's not worth it. It's not worth wasting your time on people that don't matter. Many people experience high levels of stress and anxiety because they're always trying to fix someone else, or they're always trying to gain the approval of people that don't really matter. And if that's you today, if you're wasting valuable, precious time and energy on people that don't matter, you should redirect that time into your dreams and your goals. You don't need the approval of everyone around you. The only approval you need is God's approval. That's the only approval you need. And when you realize that, and when you realize that you are enough, you are good enough, you'll be set free to become the real you. And when you realize you don't have to fight every issue, you don't have to be right every time, you don't have to know all the answers, you don't have to fix people, you don't have to get even with people that have hurt you in the past. It will set you free to start focusing in on what really matters. It'll allow you to live in peace and joy and happiness that God has promised us all. Now, in the Bible, I love this, I think it's Joshua chapter 6, the Bible illustrates this story of God's promises, and God's people were standing at the wall of Jericho, and many thought that wall couldn't be penetrated. I mean, that was just such a massive wall. He just thought, we're wasting our time here. But as Joshua stood there with the people of Israel, I can't help but think that they thought this is probably going to be a losing battle, and they should probably spend their time doing something else so that they could have some victory in another area. But you see, Joshua had a secret weapon. He had the promise of God. Joshua knew he was going to win because he knew that God was on his side, and God's people never lose in the end. That's right, we never lose in the end. And just as God promised, the people marched around the city for 6 days and they shouted, and on the seventh day, the walls came crashing down. That's right, they came crashing down. So today, don't look at the issues and the battles and the walls in your life. Look at the promises of God. God is for you, and if he is for you, then nothing can be against you. So stay in faith, hold on to that promise of victory, and if you'll do that, I believe and declare you will be all that you were created to be. God bless you guys. Take care. We'll see you soon.